All right, y'all. So no more news has come out about Sue Surf. He's been indicted on federal charges. He saw a judge the other day, and he's facing up to 30 years if convicted. He has a 20 years on his RICO and 10 years for possession of a firearm of a felon. Let's hear what they have to say about it here.
All right, rapper Sue Surf facing a judge today after being indicted in a federal racketeering case.
Yeah, if convicted, he could be spending many years behind bars. Chris Welsh is in our newsroom with the details on this. Chris.
Yeah, Stephen, Teresa, Sue Surf, whose real name is Rajon Cox, is one of the biggest battle rappers in the business. But right now, he remains behind bars. He made an initial appearance today in federal court. This all happened virtually. He could be seen wearing a yellow jumpsuit, sitting in what appeared to be a small room with a webcam. And before today's hearing officially began, he could be heard asking the court, quote, "What is today for?" At that point, the judge let him speak one-on-one with his attorney before the beginning of the proceeding. Now, the point of today's hearing was to lay out the charges against him. He was not required to enter a plea. Federal prosecutors are hitting him with one count of racketeering conspiracy. That faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison, and one count of possession of firearms and ammunition by a convicted felon. That carries a maximum penalty of 10 years. He told the judge he understood the charges. Now, he also told the judge that he has hired his own attorney, but that attorney couldn't be there until Monday. That
He showed up to his first appearance at court without an attorney. His attorney couldn't be there till Monday, bro. That's insane, man. Like, I don't even understand that. You know, like, I mean, he had like 2 weeks to figure this out. I mean, what is his attorney doing? He's busy. That's wild, man.
Meant he still needed a lawyer for today. The judge said that because of his higher income, Sue Surf does not qualify for free counsel, but the judge decided to provide one nonetheless. Now, I spoke to Chuck Creekmur, CEO of AllHipHop.com, about Surf's reputation in the industry, and also asked him if he was surprised by this arrest.
It's a huge thing because Sue Surf is one of the most storied, legendary battle rappers in hip hop, period. He's on the Mount Rushmore of battle rap. I mean, it was shocking, but it wasn't necessarily a surprise. We've seen things on the internet. We've heard rumors. There's been a lot of buzz. Even Surf has jumped on Twitter through a burner account, you know, sort of laying it out prior to the arrest.
And Sue Surf is one of 10 people listed on the indictment. That's part of the racketeering case. Federal prosecutors say he and the others are part of the Rollin' 60s neighborhood Crips gang, and that gang is accused of murder and robbery, among other crimes. Now, sources told our Lisa Evers that agents approached the home where Surf and a female were staying, and the two tried to exit the house from the back door, but law enforcement had the house surrounded, so the two went back inside the house, refusing to come out. Negotiators were called in, and about an hour later, he surrendered. That all happened yesterday afternoon. Now, Sue Surf will remain behind bars for now. A bail hearing will take place eventually, but as of tonight, the court has not yet said when that will take place.
Right, and then Lisa Evers has another update here.
Details about actual charge.
Get into it, bro. Hold on.
From the Essex County Jail, where he's being held, he went before a federal judge as part of this indictment, a superseding indictment that names him and 9 others as part of a criminal enterprise, i.e. a RICO case, in which they were allegedly members of the Rolling 60 Crips, and in incidents dating back to 2015 that included murder, conspiracy, drug dealing, weapons possession, and other charges, that they were involved in this ongoing criminal enterprise and that they used social media in order to further their names.
So they use social media in order to further their names. That means they've been watching Surf for a long, long time. Don't get it twisted. They were watching him on Twitter Space. They probably had an agent in every single Twitter Space listening to every word, recording every word, probably. Every time he joined a Twitter Space, he was there. All right, this is what I was talking about. Like here, like, and you know, they were going to do for Midnight Madness, and I got so much heat for this. And this is my main thing. I've been talking. I'm like, why are you guys all? You guys treat social media like it's not. It's just you take advantage of it. They're watching. They're listening. So when you do all this criminal activity on social media, when they were going to do Midnight Madness and they were going to set up that illegal gambling ring. All right. I honestly believe I'm responsible for shutting that down and probably stopping a lot of people from getting in trouble while this entire community was against me doing that. You know how much hate I got for that? The backlash I got for that, for saying, hey, yo, y'all can't do this. They're calling me a hater. I'm no fun. This, that, and the other. Well, here's my DMs to Jack Boy Maine. All right. Jack Boy Maine, because I was being very vocal about it. And I was doing videos about it. You can go look it up. And he's all telling me, well, why are you doing this? Because I just watched the FIFA community, all right, all go down and get arrested for this exact thing, this illegal gambling ring. You cannot take bets on the internet without a gambling license. Like, it's common sense. And they were talking about, you know, Google numbers and Cash Apps and this, that, and the other while the feds were watching. And I wrote to Jack Boy, if y'all got figured out, all right, that's what's up. But my thing is, y'all publicly talking about gambling and y'all publicly talking about gambling. The FIFA community, YouTubers did the same thing, started betting on video games through Discord. They got raided and went to jail. I'm just worried about y'all, about all the fans. Can gamble talk all over that? I like the energy. Salute. So basically, I'm saying I'm worried about y'all guys by doing this. Y'all, you know, it's just you're doing too much. Then I don't know. And then he asked me, well, how can we do it legally? And I said, I don't think you can do it legally, but I'm going to look into it. If I get any info, I'll send it your way. I'll ask some of my old FIFA friends who covered the story last year. They might have some insight. He told me, thank you, this, that, and the other. And I told them there's no way to do it legally. And to their credit, they did not go through with it. All right. But all you guys, like your Jay Blacks and everybody, y'all was into it. Yeah, gamble. Y'all just think everything's funny. You know, you don't think things through. And when someone like me comes along and says, hey, yo, you need to look at this. Maybe this is illegal. You could have got everybody in trouble. You could have took down this whole community. You had Lloyd Banks in the spaces talking about, how do I get involved in this gambling on battles? They're talking about doing parlays and setting up parlays and all this madness, while Sue Surf is setting it up and the feds were listening. So you're welcome. And I'm not even trying to take credit, but it's like, it's insane. Like, this is like common sense. And honestly, there's like, this community lacks a lot of common sense. I get all the things I do. It's to help. It's not to tear anybody down or to hurt anybody or to see anybody in jail. All right. Every time I speak my mind about stuff like this, it's because it's common sense and I'm seeing you guys move in a crazy way. It's ridiculous. And no one says anything. It's like there's no adults here. Everybody's a child. Everybody's a teenager. Everybody just thinks everything's a game. Nobody learns from the past. Nobody does anything. It's crazy, bro. And I get so much. You don't understand how much heat I got about this gambling thing. You hating, why you ruining it, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. You don't know nothing. You don't know what you're talking about. I was getting killed over this. And everybody in the community was for it. I was literally the only one who said, hey, yo, you can't do this, guys. They're watching. And they were watching. For years, they've been watching.
He's being held right now on these charges. They're very serious from what legal experts are telling me right now. And the original indictment was the grand jury indicted them on September 22nd. So this was unsealed.
September 22nd indicted.
What's going on right now. I'll get more information and bring it to you as soon as I can.
Oh, there you have it, man.
So they've been watching for that for a long time. All right. And honestly, and then it's still going on. The nonsense, like, is still going on. Y'all are more worried about a picture being shared than actual statements being made. You can't take toothpaste. You can't put toothpaste back in a bottle. No picture being shared doesn't do anything. I'm sorry. All right. But even Sue Surf saying, I'd say free the gang, but I don't know who's talking or whatever, who's telling, that can be used against him. Everything, all these they're saying can be used against you. All right? It's insane. Anybody involved in this, anybody who knows, no one should be, if you're close to Surf, you're his manager, you're his mom, anybody, you guys shouldn't be saying a word. Not a word. They're watching and listening to every word you're saying. But you guys are more concerned about a picture. A public picture that's been posted on everywhere. Box 5, they posted it. What are you talking about? We're going to handle people who post this picture. What do you think that means to the feds? That's a threat. Just more information, building and building and building for them. There's nobody learns anything ever. It doesn't matter. They're coming, and again, it's illegal to be in a gang. It is. Let me reiterate. It is illegal to be in a gang. So when you guys are on your battles, all right, I'm a Paru Blood gang member. I'm this. I'm that. I'm that. And that. All right, you're proclaiming you're a criminal. And obviously, the main focus for the feds now is to take down all the gang activity. Look what they're doing. Everybody's being taken down. So as a community, we need to wake up and say, listen, if a battle rapper does this, we need to tell them, yo, stop. One of your OGs needs to come on and say, do not say that publicly anymore. You can't. Because when you're a Paru Blood gang member, and if something happens with that, they're going to come to the guy who's popular. They're going to take down the guy they're going to assume the guys who's bringing in they're going to assume the celebrities, the battle rappers, the rappers are the ones funding this with the money they're making. That's why they're going after all of them like this. But nobody will tell you this. You guys continue to make the same mistakes over and over and over again. Y'all are insane. I'm sorry. Y'all are crazy. And I'm only saying this to try to help. Make some sense. Put some sense in people's heads. Because it seems like nobody cares. Y'all are self-destructive. And hey, it is what it is. Y'all want to self-destruct. I don't think you should be in gangs anyways. I think it's ridiculous. It destroys communities. It destroys lives. It destroys everything. Gangs destroy everything they touch. And now you're all going to jail and y'all are just making it easy. You can't get out. Because you're just giving the feds everything you need. Everything they need. You give it. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everything. It will all be against you. And y'all are thinking about, the people who's talking about it. They talk about it more than anything. I'll get more hate for talking about this case than they will snitching on themselves. That's the crazy part to me. So after this, I wash my hands with this. All right, y'all do what you want. Go ahead. Do what you want. I wash my hands. This is my last, try. And again, I'm not smarter than anybody else. It's common sense. But common sense isn't that common, I guess. Love you guys. Peace.